Man, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Showski in the building. Y'all know what time it is. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You ain't subscribed to the channel, you capping. You don't love sports. Y'all don't love sports enough for me. Y'all know me. I'm all around, you know. I got some knowledge on football, basketball, boxing, music, whatever, man. I'm cold all across the board, you know. There's only a few out there. And y'all know I mess with the Clippers, man. Y'all know I'm representing the Clip gang, don't bang. Shout out to all my people, man. Hey, we 1 month away. We 1 month away. There's a couple things we gotta talk about. Shout out my brother. Shout out to my brother. What up, Smoke? What up, Smoke? B-Ball the Justice. What's good? What up, everybody? Shout out to my boy. OC. What up, OC? Nah, this is some we got a couple things, y'all. Look, I don't know if y'all know. Yes, sir. Show skin and Bill. Hey, what up? All right, so look. First thing we gotta talk about. So the Los Angeles Clippers decided not to keep Amir Coffey. Number one, screen. Amir Coffey. The Clippers did not keep Amir Coffey. He just signed a 1-year deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, Amir Coffey, he's always going to me. I'm gonna always have a lot of respect and love for Amir Coffey. When we didn't have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George was hurt, and we had many guys in and out of rotation, Amir Coffey always stepped up, next man up, and he always performed. Now last year, look, I thought he shot the ball really well, 71% from the field, 41 from the three. But defensively, he had a drop off. Then he had like an injury, it kept him out of the rotation. I think the Clippers made a critical decision because my boy Brewmaster, this is my boy right here. Y'all know I like Amir Coffey. Brewmaster, I'm gonna miss saying this, bro. I'm gonna miss saying Brewmaster. It's gonna be different when we play the Milwaukee Bucks, and I can't say Brewmaster. I'm gonna be rooting for him to miss shots. You feel what I'm saying? This is a good pickup for the Milwaukee Bucks. Amir Coffey is a microwave scorer. He can really go on a run, like he can go on like a 5 field goals in a row type of heater. You feel what I'm saying? He's that kind of scorer. He can score the ball. You know, now there are a lot of Clipper fans that feel like Amir Coffey should have been playing the rotation over Bogey. Some didn't like some feel like Amir Coffey was unappreciated. I'm here to let y'all know I'm damn sure gonna miss Amir Coffey. I'm gonna miss Amir Coffey. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a good pickup. You can say Milwaukee Brewmaster. They kind of go well together. Man, we lost the Los Angeles Clippers lost a real true no limit soldier. Brewmaster always stepped up, man. Hey, man, it feel like we losing Terrence Mann all over again. Like T-Man and Amir Coffey, those were our guys. It's like Zubac. They homegrown. You feel what I'm saying? These are homegrown guys. Like, man, I miss watching. I'll never forget that Atlanta game with Amir Coffey and Terrence Mann and Brewmaster. They helped us get back in that game. What about that game against Washington? Luke Kennard went crazy, hit the game winner. Man, I'm always that man. Look, that's why I always was. I love that team. We had Luke Kennard, man. I'm always be a fan of Luke Kennard, Amir Coffey, and Terrence Mann. You know, it just feels weird those guys on other teams now because it felt like we were supposed to win with those guys because they homegrown. You know. You said, man, he stepped up so many times, man. You're not lying. it's kind of weird seeing him on a whole nother team, man. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be very weird, man. But shout out to Amir Coffey. Shout out to Amir Coffey though, man. Um, Hopefully he get a long-term deal after next year. He find a home. Now look, we gotta talk about this. We got some other news, y'all. The Los Angeles Clippers they finally released the Clippers schedule. They finally released the Los Angeles Clippers schedule. I'm gonna pull it up. Shout out my boy G Money. Y'all hit the like button. Let me pull up this schedule. Now, y'all know we as Clipper supporters, we very critical of the schedule because I feel like the NBA really be getting down on this. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is crazy. This is crazy right here. Because even though the Clippers and they own arena, you expect the schedule kind of goes and it kind of help them out. I'm not saying everything's supposed to go in the Clippers' favor. You feel what I'm saying? But by the Clippers having older guys, having all those back-to-backs in 1 month, it can be critical. Now, the Los Angeles Clippers will have 18 games in March, including 2 sets of 5 games in 7 nights, which is crazy. And by the way, that would be the most games the Clippers played in a month since 2017. That's a lot of games. Let me pull up the schedule, y'all, so y'all can see. So I'm going to repeat this again if y'all missed it. The Los Angeles Clippers will have 18 games in the month of March, including 2 sets of 5 games in 7 nights. 2 sets, which means I can guarantee you this. Kawhi Leonard will not be playing in some of those games. He will not be playing some of those games. Shout out my boy G Money, man. Salute to y'all. Let me pull up the schedule. So you know what this means, y'all? The Clippers must. It's a must. No question about it. No excuses. The Clippers got to get out to a great start from the jump. The Los Angeles Clippers have 21 national televised games, 15 back-to-backs. They got 8 Pacific start games tipping off at 8 p.m. They got by the way, I could have sworn the Lakers I thought we had the Lakers open tonight. Maybe that was fake. So here's the real schedule right here. Let me pull it up. Now here's the schedule right here. Shout out my guy, Mr. Maz, my dog. So again, the Los Angeles Clippers have to get out to a great start. If they don't get out to a great start, the Clippers could find themselves in some trouble because of how many games they got to play in the month of March. So they need to already establish themselves as a top 3 team, top 4 team. Because by March, that's when you start having players get fatigued. You had these little knick-knack injuries. And it seemed like the Clippers always had those knick-knack injuries somewhere between February and March. So we definitely going to have to get out to a good start. Can y'all see it? Can anybody see it? I don't think y'all can see it like that. Can y'all see it? So the Clippers, before I start, can y'all see the schedule? Can everybody see the schedule? Now, so the Clippers, now check this out, y'all. The Clippers come out the gate. They got to play the Utah Jazz. That's their first game. Utah, then Phoenix, then Portland, Golden State, New Orleans. That's 5 games in the month of October. Keep it 100 with y'all. That's not even a tough schedule. Now, Portland this year is not going to. They're not going to be a easy one. That's not gonna be a gimme. Like you can't just pencil in they're gonna beat Portland because we lost to Portland the first matchup last year. So that's not gonna be like a guaranteed win. But if you compare the schedule this year versus last year, it's a lot. This schedule is a lot more easy than last year. We had to play Denver Nuggets and Phoenix, and I mean we had to play go up against Godzilla and King Kong the first week. Let me see if I can get a bigger. What's good, y'all? Let me see if I can. Hold on now. Let me see if y'all get a. Can I zoom in? How do I zoom in on the schedule? Hold on. Let me see if it's another way because I want y'all to see it. I don't want nobody. Because when I try to zoom, it didn't allow me to zoom in. So let me see something. Let me go on. I'm telling y'all now, though. The Clippers going to have to get out to a great start. The way their schedule is, man, that schedule in March. Because look, what the Clippers, what they need to do is we need to focus on playing as many games possible at the beginning of the year. That way, by January, February, March, we can kind of like chill a little bit. And I've been saying it for the last couple of years. Like my problem with the Clippers is they get out to these shaky starts, and then we trying to load manage at the same time. So by the time the end of the year, we got to play Kawhi and James Harden damn near 40 minutes just to get a clinch a playoff spot. Instead of just going ahead, starting the season off, let's go ahead, take care of business. So by the time the end of the season, by March, you can start resting guys. That just makes better sense to me. So now you got Kawhi coming in healthy. Bradley Beal's hungry. He said he won a championship. Chris Paul, he got something left in the tank a little bit. I don't think he's gonna play every single night. But the Clippers needed Tyronn Lue. He has to rely on Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., Heavy Chef in the rotation. You got to utilize the youth. We need them young legs. Like play. I'm all for playing Kobe Brown here and there. You got to play youth. You got to play your youth more than your older guys, though, especially in the beginning. Like he's gonna have to really manage those minutes. Can't be playing hard and run these guys to the ground in the beginning of the year. So if you look at the schedule right here, everybody can see it, right? Okay, so look. Now, they open up the season against Utah. That should be an easy win, could be an easy win, but the game has to be played. Then you play Phoenix. A lot of people don't think Phoenix Suns are going to make the playoffs. I know Phoenix Suns fans believe, hey, we can make the play in. Some fans going to believe, hey, we got Devin Booker, Jalen Green. We're going to be hard to stop. Phoenix Suns going to be one of them teams. They're going to put up a whole bunch of points. Don't play a lot of – they're going to surprise a lot of people. I think Phoenix Suns – I won't be surprised if they get off to a better start than what people expect. I just think by the time they get to January – when they start putting the book out on this, and they really start to game plan, because in the beginning of the year, ain't nobody game planning for nobody like that. People trying to figure out their rotation. January, February, you start to see people really put the book out on certain teams, and that's why you see certain teams start to struggle. But in the beginning of the year, nobody's really scouting. Teams just going out there playing their rotations. They still trying to figure out what set of rotation they're going to go with, what's the style they're going to go with. You know what I'm saying? They still trying to figure things out at the beginning of the year. But I think Phoenix may get out to a better start than what people think, because they do got Dillon Brooks. They ain't gonna be like a walk in the park. I think Phoenix gonna upset a couple teams that y'all expect they should lose to. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're gonna put up some points. They're not gonna be an easy team to beat, especially at home. With their youth, the athleticism they got. Like team like Portland. Portland last year, they were giving teams a run for their money. Then you got Drew Holiday. So again, compared to last year, this schedule is weak compared to last year, honestly. But again, none of these teams are going to be waltzing apart. You got Portland, you got Golden State. You know that's going to be a tit for tat game. New Orleans, the Clippers have been having all kind of problems with New Orleans. Miami Heat, you got Miami Heat. Norman Powell return to the Tua Dome. Oklahoma City. So now this one thing's starting to get a little. I think the first 5 games, that's kind of light a little bit compared to last year again. But you got Oklahoma City, Phoenix back to back. Then you got Atlanta, Denver Nuggets. See, now it's starting to pick up. Once you get to November, it's starting to get a little bit more tough because you got Denver, Dallas, Boston. Now the Sixers, I don't believe in the Sixers this year. I still think the Sixers are going to be a miss because they're not even healthy. I don't believe in the Sixers. The Orlando Magic, I'm high on the Magic. Charlotte, I still think they're going to be a young, up and down team. A lot of offense, no defense. Cleveland, Cleveland is one of the best teams. I got them as the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Boston is pretty much tanking the season away with no Jason Tatum. The Los Angeles Lakers. Now, another thing. I don't know if y'all pay attention to the Commissioner Cup groups. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Clippers in the same Commissioner Cup group this year. So you're going to see the Lakers versus Clippers November 25th at the Crypto.com Arena. Luka Doncic, LeBron James versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi, Harden, Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Big Zoo. Also, they got the Memphis Grizzlies in that same little group. West Group B. You got Memphis. You got Lakers. Who else? Who else you got? Matter of fact, let me see. I can tell you exactly the teams. I know the Lakers. I know for sure the Lakers, Grizzlies, and there's 2 more teams. Let me see. NBA West Group B. The Army's Cup, whatever y'all call it. The Army's Cup. I said Commissioner Cup. It's all the same thing. There we go. $2,000. Yeah, so you got the Dallas Mavericks, Clippers, Lakers, Memphis, New Orleans. They in the same group. So again, so you start looking at this schedule, right? Now you notice, okay. November, November pretty much it's all about the cup games. You got 2 games off between the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Dallas Mavericks, second night of a back-to-back. But that's going to be at home, though. So the Clippers not traveling. By around this time, y'all, the Clippers really need to be. I'm telling y'all, I don't think the Clippers need to play with their food this year. They can't afford to do it. Around this time, Clippers need to be a top 3 seed. They need to be a top 3 seed. They need to already have established chemistry, camaraderie, rotation. Guys not going to play every single night other than Harden and maybe Bradley Beal, but he's injury prone too. So, again, we need to already have established camaraderie, chemistry. That way, when guys go out, other guys step up. When you have chemistry, you already have an identity. Guys in and out, it's not really going to it's not really going to hurt you like that much. You saw what happened last year. The Clippers did a good job. I mean, the Clippers over the last 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they've been doing a good job with guys just stepping up like Amir Coffey. Well, this year we're going to rely on Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr. You know, you brought Nick Batum back. I don't think they should go away from Zubac. I would keep going through Zoo. Zoo averaged 17 and 12. I'm finna utilize Zubac the same way. Of course, we don't even know what's going to happen right here between December 6th to 17th, because that's when they have the Cup championship game. So that always had that gap right there. I would like the Clippers to win a Cup championship. I would like that, but hey, if they don't, hey, that's some good rest right there between December 6th and the 17th. But they always add on them extra games. Of course, y'all know that they add on the extra games between the 6th and the 17th. They're gonna add on like 2-3 games. So, but they pretty much gonna get rest between that time. By the time we get to Christmas, we got a game before Christmas. Well, before Christmas Eve, we play the Rockets before Christmas Eve on December 23rd. No Christmas games still. The Clippers don't get no Christmas Day games. We ain't got that kind of respect. They don't respect us no more. It's all good. We play after Christmas. So now, usually in January, we always got to travel to Boston. Now, this year, we play Boston and Boston early in the season. That was in November, right? So, yeah. This year, we're going to be in the Intuit Dome. We're going to host the Boston Celtics. Then the Golden State. Then we go on the road trip right here. New York. We're going to the Barclays. That's on the 7th. Barclays on the 9th. We headed to Detroit on the 10th. Then we head back home. We host Charlotte, Washington, Toronto. That's traveling. So you traveling from, I don't like that right. I don't like that. So we're gonna be at home against Washington. We travel to Toronto. That's pretty much like a what? 7-8 flight, 7-8 hour flight. I had to go check, but so we're gonna be on a road trip right here, Toronto, then Washington. We travel to Washington, then we gotta travel to Chicago. Come back, then we head back home, play against the Lakers, Brooklyn, travel to Utah. We don't have to travel far because we're going to Denver. Don't have to travel far right here because we playing Phoenix at Phoenix. Then we come back home. So again, we play Philly. We play Philly and Philly. That was early in the season. So pretty much right here, this a home stand. Sixers, Cavs, a short trip to Sacramento. That ain't nothing. Then we got to take a road trip to Minnesota. Then we got to travel to Houston, play them back-to-back games. That's usually how it goes. That's the All-Star break right there. So the last 2 games for the All-Star break, Houston, February 10th, February 11th. By the way, I might end up going to one of them games. I might end up doing that. Out the gate, we got to play Denver Nuggets and Lakers back-to-back games. That's definitely ain't easy. That is definitely not going to be easy right there. Depending on who playing, too. Because, again, the Kawhi Leonard, you know he ain't going to play every single game. Now, as far as I know, I ain't heard nothing about Kawhi Leonard sitting out or he's going to play. I don't know nothing about him playing or sitting out. I have no idea what the game plan is as far as Kawhi Leonard on back-to-backs. I have no idea. So I'm assuming he's not going to play in back-to-backs. So we play Lakers in Denver, Orlando at home. So this a home trip right here. This a home stand right here, I mean. So pretty much we're gonna be at home from February 20th all the way up to Man, we're gonna be at home a whole lot. Okay. Out to March 2nd. So right here is actually not that bad because you at home. Yeah, you're not yeah, that's not bad right there from February 20th to March 2nd. And you still gonna be in California, so and then you go back home, you go against the Pacers, then you gotta travel, San Antonio, Memphis, come back home, New York, you gotta play Minnesota. Now here go to 5 games in 7 nights. This where the 5 games 7 nights start. March 1st, March 2nd, back to back. You get a day off, play Indiana Pacers. Get a day off, then you play San Antonio and Memphis back to back. Get a day off, you play New York at home. You get a day off and play Minnesota at home. You still at home, you play the Bulls 2 days later. So then you got a back to back. Chicago, Sacramento, get a day off, come back. You at home, that's on the 16th against San Antonio. Then you travel to the Smoothie King Center. You play New Orleans. So here we go right here. So you got New Orleans, back-to-back games. That's in the Smoothie King Arena. And then you got Dallas. So you travel to Dallas, come back home. You play against Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee. You got to travel to Milwaukee. Then you come back home for Portland. So you got Portland on the 31st, get a day off, come back, and you finish the season off with against San Antonio at home. You travel to Sacramento again. Come back home, hosting against Dallas, Oklahoma City, travel to Portland, and then your last game, once again, against the Golden State Warriors. So I think the toughest part of the schedule is going to be March. I think that it's because that 7 game, that those five games in 7 nights is always going to be the most difficult part for an older team like the Clippers, who have players with knick-knack injuries. So I think I'm not gonna complain too much. All I'm saying is this: the Los Angeles Clippers must get out to a great start, because by the time you get to those 5 games 7 nights, it shouldn't be no problem. You feel what I'm saying? Like, think about this: if you get out to a really good start, the Clippers maintain a somewhere between the 1st and the 4th seed from October to March. It won't be too much of a stress. I mean, you can sit out Kawhi, you can sit out Bradley Beal. You feel what I'm saying? So it's gonna be very important. And I'm tired of Clippers getting out to these shaking starts too. Look, man, I don't want to hear nothing about. I don't want to hear no excuses. I really don't. By the time we get to March, we need to already have a top 4 seed. Nothing less. Nothing less. I only want to play with 5th and 6th because you know how the West is. It be close. You can win 1 game, you a top 3 seed, lose a game, you out of the playoffs. Don't even play. They need to have a nice gap. They need to have a top 3 seed. With the schedule we got to start the season off, I'm looking for top 3 seed. Top 3. Because they got the depth. We got John Collins. We got Zoo. We got youth athleticism. So we need to come out the gate. We need to utilize the youth athleticism I'm playing Kawhi Leonard. I'm serious when I tell y'all this. Look, I'm still not playing Kawhi Leonard back-to-backs. I'm not playing. I'm only playing Kawhi Leonard 60 games. That's just what it is. He can't play 82 games. We gotta be realistic. I'm not playing Kawhi Leonard no back-to-backs like that. Nah, we already tried that. His body broke down. But what I will do is this. I start the season off. Now remember I was telling y'all, I start the season out playing guys back-to-backs. No, October, November, I'm playing Kawhi back-to-backs. Once we get to December, January, I'm laying out the gas with him. Because you need to get out to a good start. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of that. Just getting out to that good start. I'm telling Kawhi, look, we're gonna manage your. We're gonna give the medical team, see if we can get you to play back-to-backs the first 2 months. Because we need to come out full throttle. Because that way, by the time we get to February, March, and April, we can lay all the way out the gas with you. Keep you fresh for the playoffs. That just make all the sense in the world for me. But we can't come out bull crapping this year, man. We come out bull crapping, knowing San Antonio got better. Golden State is nothing to sneeze at. Because Golden State, they got a full season with Jimmy Butler. And again, the situation with John Kuminga, right? We already know the situation. John Kuminga wants to get paid. He wants to get paid like a star. Warriors are not willing to give him that money. So they ain't resolved that problem. They will resolve it real soon. But eventually, whatever they do, they're going to get another piece for John Kuminga. Whether they re-sign him now and trade him at the deadline, they got that in their back pocket. So they're not going to be something. The Warriors ain't washed. They're going to be a playoff team. Unless they deal with injuries. But barring injuries, they're going to be a playoff team. The Rockets going to be a playoff team. Minnesota. Again, even the teams that's not going to make the playoffs, Phoenix, teams like Sacramento, those teams not going to be guaranteed wins. Especially on the road, it's not going to be guaranteed wins. Even the teams at the bottom, them teams going to be tough to beat. Utah, every single year, the first 2-3 months, they beating teams they are not supposed to beat. Utah always, they tough to beat in the beginning of the year, every single year. The Warriors roster is trash. I disagree. I don't think their roster trash. Y'all think the Warriors roster trash? Because I don't. I think the Warriors gonna make the playoffs. You said it's not about the start show, it's about winning key. No. You ain't hearing me, Kelfo. What up, Brian? You ain't hearing me. It's about a good start for the Clippers. See, y'all not looking at this, bro. The Clippers, they gotta manage Kawhi Leonard. Bradley Beal, he always seemed to have some kind of shoulder injury, back injury. No. We got to get off to a good start. Forget them key games. We need to get out to a good start. No, sir. The Los Angeles Clippers, must get out to a good start. We need to be a top 3, no less than a top 4 seed by the time we get to March. I'm telling you, these guys they keep running out of gas by the time we get to the playoffs. Because we got to use so much energy to win those games at the tail end of the season to secure a playoff spot. That's been going on for the last 3 years. Man, come out, handle your business at the beginning of the year. This is not a difficult schedule like that. It's not. Y'all don't think the Clippers can beat Utah Jazz, Phoenix, Portland? Hey, I'm seeing y'all saying Golden State is trash. You don't think they should beat these teams? No, they need to beat these. They need to get these wins. They need to come out. Look at this. The toughest game is Oklahoma City. That's the toughest game by far in this whole little stretch right here. Is Oklahoma City. To keep it a 100 with y'all, man, the Clippers really should. That should smash Utah. Honestly, that should cook Utah. Utah, Phoenix, Portland, Golden State, New Orleans. Look at the last 5 championships. Look at the last 5 teams that won a championship. Oklahoma City, they started out the season. They started out the season cooking. Number 1 seed all year long. Same thing with Denver when they won a championship. Same thing that happened with who won? Hold on, who won last year? Damn, who won last year? Am I tripping? The Dallas Mavericks. Now, no, the Celtics. See, okay. Right. So that's my point. The Celtics, they came out the gate standing on business. Oklahoma City, Denver, Celtics, Golden State. Remember that? Hey, remember that season Golden State had? They would have been the number 1 seed. Steph Curry and get hurt. But look, check this out though. They got out to such a great start. When Steph Curry got hurt, they were still able to establish a top 3 seed because all the work they put in the first 3 months. So same thing should apply for the Clippers. Like that need to be the message. We need to get out to a great start, take care of business the first 3 months. Like just strictly lock in. I'm not even saying don't lock in for the rest of the season, but we need guys to play back-to-backs. We need guys to like take these games serious. Look at Milwaukee, the Lakers, when they won a championship. That's all I'm saying. The Clippers don't have that kind of team where, like, I don't trust the Clippers being a number 4, number 5 seed, up and down team all year long, had a 1 good month, and then they fighting for a playoff spot. That's like that stuff we've been doing the last 2 years. I don't think the Clippers are going to get close to a championship if we have to do this again for the 3rd straight year. I think they need to already establish themselves as a top 3 team. What up, Lemon Pepper? Yeah, the Lakers. When the Lakers won the championship in 2020, the Lakers came out beating teams by 40. What are you talking about? Man, I'm thinking about championship. I don't care about y'all opinion. Look, I want the Clippers to win a championship. This is what I'm saying. We got a hungry Bradley Beal, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Look, man, we can't make no excuses. They went out and got the players I said they need to get. I'm not here to make excuses. But if you just came in, the Los Angeles Clippers, they did not resign Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey signed a 1-year deal in Milwaukee. It was expected they was not going to keep him. I told y'all the last 2 months, it was likely he was going to be gone. Bradley Beal is likely going to be the starter. Bradley Beal is going to start. Anybody questioning Bradley Beal going to start or not? Bradley Beal going to be the starter. Now, do I agree with it? I don't think he should. I think I understand you had to guarantee him that starting spot to get him to sign. Now, James Harden recruited him. They had a good meeting with the Clippers, so I get all that. I just wish, me personally, I would, if I'm Tyronn Lue, I would tell him, look, the starting spot for the shooting guard position is up in the air. If you're going to be the shooting guard, you got to be willing to play defense. You got to be willing to sacrifice your shots to play defense because somebody's going to have to guard the other team best offensive player. Especially if you don't have Chris Dunn. See, that's the difference between this year, going into this year, and last year. We had Chris Dunn starting in the backcourt with James Harden. Or we had Derrick Jones Jr. starting. So this year, who's going to be the number one point on attack defender? That's why I was more so wanting Chris Dunn or Derrick Jones Jr. to start. Because to me, you got to have one of those guys in your start lineup to balance it out because you don't want Kawhi Leonard to be the point on attack defender. Not at this point in his career. That's not his role anymore. We need somebody to be the number one point on attack defender. That can't be Kawhi. That's why I was more in favor of starting Chris Dunn and bringing Bradley Beal out the bench. We'll see how they go. But you can't teach old dog new tricks. Bradley Beal's I think he's better defensively than Norman Powell, but I'm not that high on Bradley Beal defense. I don't think his defense is close to elite. And that's what we need from Bradley Beal. We're gonna need above average defense from Bradley Beal. No serious team starts games without having a point on attack defender out there. I agree. What's good, homie? Salute to Alice. What up, y'all? I absolutely agree. I don't like having Bradley Beal in the starting lineup for that reason right there. I don't see him. I'm not going to sit up here and act like he's going to turn into a point on attack defender with the Clippers. I don't believe so. That's just not who Bradley Beal is. At this point in his career, he can come out and say all the good things you want to hear. See, everybody say all the political correct things in the beginning of the year, at media day, training camp. But is that who you're going to be all season long? 9 times out of 10, players will come out. They'll do that for the beginning of the year. They'll look decent on defense, but muscle memory going to kick back in. You're always going to revert back to your old habits. So that's my biggest concern. Listen to his agent saying, you got to allow Bradley Beal to be Bradley Beal. Well, Bradley Beal hasn't won anything. So I think he needs to adjust to the Clippers. The Clippers don't need to adjust to him. The Clippers are doing him a favor because this is the closest he's going to get to having a chance of winning the championship. Because the other teams that wanted him, they're not close to winning the championship. So I think he needs to really look himself in the mirror and say, I'm going to make a significant sacrifice this year. I'm not going to be the same Bradley Beal. I need to focus more on defense. I look at guys like Bradley Beal and I can't figure out why are they not all NBA, all defensive performers? Why they are not all defensive performers? He has the athleticism. If you watch him, like even with his movements, he's supposed to be a great defender. He just don't got it in him. And I think Bradley Beal is going to be the biggest question mark. He's going to be the biggest question mark. What did Tyron do with this Bradley Beal situation? Who's going to be the number one point on attack defender? That's going to be the biggest question mark. Honestly, he has to earn his keep on this in this organization. He got to earn his keep. Just like Russ did. Russ won the people over. You know what Russell Westbrook did? Russell Westbrook, like, we got to give Russ credit. When Russell Westbrook was on the Clippers, he took the back seat. He was playing defense. You saw what he did against Kevin Durant in that Phoenix Suns series. He was willing to do that. So are we going to get that from Bradley Beal? It's going to be required to get that from Bradley Beal in order for the Clippers to be close to winning the championship. Because, y'all, you know this, I know this. It's impossible for any team to win a championship and you don't have a point on attack defender. That's impossible. We have to be realistic too, y'all. We have to be realistic. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Let me see. I hope I saved it. Because y'all know Zubac, Big Zoo, should have been all defensive first team. He all defensive second team. We know what Zubac going to do. Kawhi Leonard still, he still defends. You just know you're not going to get that every single night at this point in his career. So it's best to put a bunch of dogs around him. And you saw, even without Kawhi, the Clippers are top 3 in defense. And a lot of that has something to do with Big Zoo, Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn. So we already established our identity. We don't need to go away from it. We can't go away from the identity what we created, what we built last year. It's all about continue that momentum, but adding on Bradley Beal in that order. We don't adjust. We don't stop. We doing just for him. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Nah. If we spend the whole season trying to coddle to Bradley Beal, then we gonna be in some trouble. I didn't even say, damn it. I don't know why I put it at. Said, what the hell the Clippers don't understand that? Why is Bradley Beal not a 6-man? Because they promised him that starting spot. See, I got a feeling, and I know how Tyronn. See, we know what's up with Tyronn Lue. I see he did that with Norman Powell. He did that with Norman Powell, trying to babysit his feelings. And that cost us that Denver Nuggets series. I got a big concern, Tyronn Lue, right? Tyronn Lue, he's in love with offense. Let's be honest. He's in love with offense. My boy Tyronn Lue would bench an all-time great defender, and I'm being dramatic right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He'll bench an all-world defender for Bogey. He would do that. We saw it literally time and time again, where he was benching defenders to put Bogey out there on the court, and Bogey couldn't even buy a bucket. And he was getting cooked on defense. So, again, there are concerns. There are major concerns. I understand it. This is why I'm telling y'all, it's not about key matchups. It's not about let's play our best basketball by the time we get to just about this. It's not just about let's wait till March and April to play our best basketball. We have to establish who we are by October, November, December. That's just what it is. That's facts. And this is going to be, look, let's just be honest. How many more chances Steve Ballmer going to give Tyronn Lue? If Kawhi Leonard healthy this year, you got to, if your team is healthy and you have a similar situation like last year where you need to stop and you got Bogey on the floor with Bradley Beal, what's going to happen with Tyronn Lue? Are they still going to give him the benefit of the doubt? Again, if this guy was on the Lakers, like I said, if he was on the Lakers, the media would already been cooking him by now. But again, he's on the Clippers, so everybody believes the Clippers from a front office standpoint and an ownership standpoint, they're on top. They head and shoulders over the Lakers. That is kind of true. From a ownership, Clippers got a better ownership. Front office, they showing they can put a team together. But people are ignoring Tyronn Lue flaws though, because what they do is they say, well, Kawhi Leonard been in and out of the rotation, but they're not really paying attention to the nuance and the things that's really going on, like him benching certain players for other players, and that cost us a lot of games. I can't wait though. I can't wait. I'm ready. Trust when I tell y'all, I'm locked in. I got my jerseys on deck. This season is gonna be fun. Of course, training camp is right around the corner. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated on everything regarding the Clippers. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the like button. New to the channel, subscribe. I'm out of here.